I'm kidding. This staff gets mad when I always say that. I say, here's the best commissioner, comes number 2. No, in seriousness, Commissioner Demerson referenced early on in my career, when I started in 2016, I knew nothing about the Texas Workforce Commission. Matter of fact, I didn't even apply for it. Alex Mead applied for this position, and I got the job, so I was very grateful. Me and Alex was telling me you should get appointed to something, and it looks good for your resume. So I was very fortunate that I was here. I was working for the partnership, and with Alex's encouragement, he allowed me to apply for this opportunity to do this. And when I got selected, I was working at the partnership on a Wednesday, and I got a text, can you talk? And I didn't recognize the number, and I said, well, who is this? And they said, it's the governor's office. And I said, well, I'm in a meeting, can you step out of the meeting? And I said, I will. So I stepped out of the meeting, and it was that day that my life changed forever. At least benefited the Rio Grande Valley. I think it was probably one of the best decisions that Governor Abbott made, at least in my personal opinion. But not the fact that he appointed me, the fact that he appointed someone from South Texas that understands the challenges that many of our young adults have. Those individuals that Commissioner Demerson referenced, those individuals that we are highly concentrated with, individuals that are coming in from the military service that have really no credentials for employment, or those individuals that are coming in looking for work that are out of foster care, or those individuals that teaming up with the other bank, we did a FAFSA initiative, which was a great initiative. We're working closely with Region 1, encouraging young adults to apply for their financial aid. And so there have been a lot of great things that have happened, and I am so indebted to him, so grateful that he would select somebody from the Rio Grande Valley to actually take this on. And I'll never forget when I got sworn in, my dad's name is Julian Alvarez, so when Governor Abbott asked me to raise my hand, my father raised his hand. So when he said, Julian Alvarez, will you be the commissioner? My dad's raising his hand, and my sister-in-law is telling my dad to put his hand down, but you know, we always had this backup plan. If anything happened to me, we had a backup commissioner. But I say that because I'm very humbled by not only the award that I'm receiving today and the awards that I've received, but it's actually a reflection of what my parents did by how they brought us up. I mean, they brought us up to tell you that the title doesn't make the person makes the title. And I said that in my speech Tuesday, right, Commissioner Demerson? And I mean that. Every time when I was up in the on the dais, I remember that I was thinking of many of you. I was thinking of the Harlingen High School students that just recently got a grant that no one had ever received for this fire training, or the grants that we were awarding to some of the finest community colleges, not only in the state, but in the country, like South Texas College, TSDC, and Texas Southwest. We have some of the finest institutions of higher ed. Or Valley Grande Institute, when I would go to career school, speak to them and say, look, anything after high school is considered college. Remember that. Anything after high school is considered college. We have collectively done a really good job. Dr. Alvarado was the first person, along with the DHR friends, Dr. Martinez and his group, that came up to Austin. I wasn't even in there 4 days. They didn't have furniture, and they literally presented to me a grant that they were applying for. Dr. Alvarado had multiple grant applications that she had done. And then within 4 months, I was able to actually roll out the largest, or the second largest grant that the agency had ever seen in 2 parts. So we were very grateful. And since then, I think what the Valley needed, and that's why I'm so grateful to Governor Abbott, is he selected someone like me that could actually come down and work with people like Sonia, who was part of our grant team, and we could actually share with you all the options and the opportunities that were out there at no expense to you all. And look what we've done. You are the envy of what's taking place, not just here locally, but around the country and the state. I literally am telling you the truth. Because everywhere I go, whether I'm in Connecticut, or I was in Sacramento, or when I was in DC, at the White House, I literally pulled out a slide of the Rio Grande Valley, what we were doing down here in training. I've always taken pride in where I come from. And Westlaco recently provided me with a shirt, the EDC group, Stephen, that said, I'm a proud F596er, which I didn't know what that meant. It was a black shirt, so I didn't know if it was a gang sign or what. But after he told me what it meant, I had never worn something that had given me such pride. And just to be able to wear that shirt in front of the Capitol, it was kind of a sign that we made it collectively to the capital of Texas. And so I was a proud moment. So many of you have been asking, and I thought I would take this opportunity to share with you, maybe the color of my suit may give it away of where I'm going to be working. But I have accepted a position as a Senior Vice President of Lone Star National Bank. I'm very grateful to the Board of Directors. Our Chairman is here, Mr. Alonso Cantu, my boss, David I'm one of the largest Hispanic owned banks in the country.
You'll be on your cowboy cash.
Yeah. We'll discuss that later. There's a guy that wants free tickets to something. Thanks, Jeff. I am very honored to be doing that because what they're allowing us to do is continue to work with folks like you all, making sure that every person in the Rio Grande Valley has an opportunity to succeed. And not only take care of themselves, but their families, because at the end of the day, it's that what we all want. We all want to make sure that we're all self-sustaining, we can take care of ourselves. That's the common denominator that us as 956ers have in common, and that is that we want to take care of one another. There are many people in this community that need our help, and I'm very grateful that I'll be working with that family. I met some of my partners that are in the back that are going to be working with me, and I look forward to learning from the experience that they have in the banking industry, and of course, other folks in the banking industry and those folks in economic development. I will always make myself available to you if there's anything I can ever do for you. I'll leave you with this. When I was sworn in, I remember my chief of staff told me, there's 3 things that I'm going to do for you. And these are the 3 things that I promise you that I will do for you, regardless of whatever career I take or whatever I do in the rest of my life. But 3 things that I will do, I am committed to. I'm always going to make you look good. To my employer, I will always make you look good. Second thing is, I'm always going to keep you out of trouble. That's the same thing I've done for the Rio Grande Valley. I have always defended this great region of ours. Always, regardless of where I was at. And the third thing is I'm always going to be available to help the poor. So thank you for the award. It means so much. I'm humbled by this. You don't know how much it means to be here with a room full of people that I love so much. So thank you.